So let's talk about where we have seen progress. It's interesting when we talk about this because in a lot of cases, people feel like AI just entered the picture in December of 2022, when in reality, we've been working with AI for many years. But I'd love to hear some examples of where artificial intelligence at UC San Diego has meaningfully enhanced patient care and what the journey was like from concept to implementation.
We learned a ton about prompt engineering, and every single message, the way we design this functionality, there's two buttons, either start with blank reply or start with draft reply. So there's no button that says just send now. And that illustrates another important AI principle, which is keeping a human in the loop. And then if you start with the draft reply, every message has an automatic addendum that says something effective. This message was automatically generated and reviewed and edited by your doctor's name. We just published those results actually a couple of weeks ago. So less than a year from the launch of the pilot and the prior paper, we have another outcome study. And again, credit to Dr. Ming-Tai Seal, who led the outcomes analysis, and Dr. Marlene Millen, who led the operational project. So what did we find? It's a little bit surprising. I thought we were going to save time. That was my hypothesis. It was going to help our busy clinicians, and it turns out we did not. Stanford also published their results, and they found a similar finding. There was a recent Doximity user survey that suggested physicians spend somewhere around 12 to 15 minutes on a daily basis answering asynchronous patient questions in the portal. And our doctors spend about 30 seconds reading a message and then drafting a reply or using a dot phrase or macro or template. After we introduced GPT, turns out it still took about 30 seconds to read the patient message in the draft reply and then provide some light edits and click send. So it was not a time saver. However, it did come through very clearly in the data that our physicians really like this. They told us anecdotally that it helped reduce cognitive burden. It's easier to edit than it is to start with a blank screen. They told us that they like the empathetic tone that the message starts out with. They told us that in some cases, like our primary care physicians who often don't have RNs helping with their pools, it felt like they had a virtual assistant drafting these messages for them. So it was a very positive finding, but it wasn't what I expected. And so this is yet another example of why it's so important to monitor these outcomes.